Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and it's Seablock time. It's time to play Seablock. What happened in the previous episode? Let's open the spreadsheet and see. I think, well, the spreadsheet says that we worked on better on the layout of these thingies. Better refugiums layouts. Good. What should we do today? That's the question. I think it would make sense to figure out what to do here in this block. I'm not sure whether it's a little bit too early to really focus on that, but we could give it a try. And or maybe we could do something with the fish. Can we start up this process? I feel like we should be able to at least start breeding the fish. Like, why is it not running? What is missing? Everything is missing. Wow. We need raw meat. We can get raw meat from... Wait, how are we getting raw meat? This is the thing that is giving us raw meat. Oh, we cannot specify recipe. That's the thing that's supposed to give us raw meat. But shouldn't we like bring it here to feed all of that? I'm maybe a bit surprised by what's actually going on here. So this thing will be producing raw meat. This thing is consuming raw meat, that's correct. So we actually would like, I feel like, to have something like this, right? And then once all of that is brought back in here. Oh, and it needs to be spread. Okay, so we actually are relying on this thing. But you could maybe make it a little bit nice. Okay, the issue here is that we are adding fish here on this side. Not fish, the raw meat. We are adding it on one side. And then we are sending it through. And we are sending everything to the right. But the thing is, we want to send only... We want to send only the meat to the right. And the fish, like the regular fish, we are fine with it cycling there. We don't really want it to be, like, to go forward. I mean, it's okay if it happens, but we don't really want to. The alternative is to remove the output priority here. And okay, we will be taking as the input priority things maybe from the left here. Yes, that will be the priority. We'll be taking things that we already have. This will send half of the meat forward and a quarter of the meat forward. And a quarter of 7.5 is 2. So we should have 2 pieces of meat sent over there. I think it could work. Why we don't have nutrient pulp? Oh wait, what is this? This is not nutrient pulp. Okay. Something very strange is happening here. And here we shouldn't have nutrient pulp. No, we should. This is about nutrient pulp. This is about the other thing. Nutrient pulp, not nutrient pulp. Here we have nutrient pulp delivered, and here we have this thing. Is it actually delivered here? Are we producing it? We don't have saline water. We don't have saline water because we never set up liquefiers. Not liquefiers, clarifiers. We are supposed to have a clarifier here. Let's add it. Here's our clarifier. Yeah, this one. Okay, maybe like this. Okay, let's try. Do it like that. So with that we should give all of this fish. Okay, what is this supposed to be? I'm not even sure, to be honest. Why? Oh, we are supposed to unbarrel polluted fish water. This wasn't finished, I think. So we are unbarreling excess of polluted fish water here. Okay, we are unbarreling and sending it over there, so that it basically goes here, 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 and reaches this header plants. What's happening with the research? We do have everything. The research, it seems. So why is that research happening so slowly? What is our main base? Here's our main base. So what's the problem? What is the problem here? Well, they seem to be running. We do not have a lot of these things. And this stuff requires this. Wait, let me go there. Try to figure out what's actually happening. Okay, this process says that we produced a lot of protective scaffolding. This thing, it requires seedling nest, and we are missing compost. Why are we missing compost? Because we are requesting 250 compost. Where do we have it? We should have here some compost, right? I mean, yeah, what can we do? We are producing basically with such speed. That's the speed with which we are producing compost. We could, in theory, do the following. We could add a couple of this right here. For example, here, here, and have... Oh wait, this is outside the port network. Right, this is inside. Logistic network command. Let's give this faster speed. The sensors will get slightly faster speed, and we'll update them so that they take things from this composter and place things in this passive chest. Maybe this will be enough. Right, and we do not have mud here of all things. Why is that? We have lots of heavy mud water. What's going on? Light. I'm a bit confused by this. Why do we need these things? Oh, I see. I think it's just... Okay, got it. This part is just a way for us to consume the mud produced from these 3 plants. Okay, that's fine. Why is it taking so long for the robots to bring stuff here? I would expect them to be a little bit faster about all of that. Okay, here we have it. First one. Let's do it. Let's say that it's dropping things over there, and it's taking things from there. Okay, great. Still working. Paste it here, and we'll paste it there. So now we should have a bit more of these things. We can actually do this for all, like for the whole line here. Let's do this. And we'll have lots and lots of compost being available. Great. So we have the compost. This should speed up this process. While that is happening, I would maybe prefer to research something else. What should we research? Gem crystallization, I have no idea whether we need it. Polishing wheel. We probably need it, but I don't really know. Once that's smelting, nickel smelting. Do we have like anything really interesting here? Worker robot cargo size. That's probably a good one, but it's expensive. Uranium processing. Do we have robot speed? Worker robot speed. Yes, let's go for this one. That's exactly what we need. We'll have significantly faster robots. We're at 47% now. Let's check whether we actually are able to research this. We should be able to. Okay, 48% already. Great. Now, let's go back to this block. Let's try to figure out what's actually happening with this. We have these two things. We are missing Santa Ray and raw meat. And it's the case everywhere here. So let's do this. Let's say we will be requesting Santa Ray here. Santa Ray is here. And we will be, I guess, placing some Santa Rays right there. Like this. So we'll kind of place some of them here, and some of them will be loaded here. This is what this is provider. I don't want provider cheese, I want requested cheese. The blue ones. Okay. Now let's wait for this stuff. Let's give some Santa Rays into this fish tank. How many do we have? Hope we have 154. That's not a lot. But we also don't really need a lot. Right? We could even make it a little bit nicer. Right, we'll do it like this. We will stop this thing from cycling until we produce lots of Santa Rays here. And it should basically be doubling the amount of Santa Rays. Okay, good. Let's do this. We are missing port coverage. How do we do that? How do we fix it? Like this. Nice. And we'll request a couple, just a little bit of Santa Rays. These ones. Not 100, let's say 10. We'll request 10. Let's say we'd like to have 10 Santa Rays here and there. We could actually use a provider chest here. Oh no, but then we have a tiny problem. We'll have to do something like that. Okay, like this. Just be cycling Santa Rays there. Okay. We are requesting a bit of them here and here. So let's see how this works. I feel like we should get at least this part running, and we should produce lots of Santa Rays here. And once they're produced, we should be able to like start this whole process and have it run for real. Probably. Right, let's see. So, where are the bots? They're so slow. They're so slow. So hopefully like this... Oh, we have another one. We will research this one as well. It's a little bit expensive. It's actually pretty expensive, but it's robot speed. It should speed up. It should significantly speed up. .6 purple signs. Not purple, pink signs. We have lots of pink signs. Sorry, lots of purple signs, but not a lot of pink signs. We actually don't have pink signs for both of these researchers. What's up with pink signs? What is the problem here? The problem is that we don't have red circuits, it seems. And red circuits, what's going on with them? They are missing green circuits. And these ones are missing wood. Seriously? I can't believe it. This is very surprising that we are missing wood. How did that happen? I thought we had lots of wood. We don't. We don't actually have lots of wood. It doesn't look like a lot of wood. So the problem is that we are not bringing compost over there. Okay, maybe it's because we're actually consuming compost somewhere. Where does all our compost go? It's going right here. Do we have any other uses of compost? Maybe like something that just takes all of it? Maybe here? No, I don't think so. Because we could in theory have some process somewhere that just takes all the compost and deletes it, converts it into more compost. And that would be bad if that's actually happening. So if that's happening, what are our options? We could have somewhere maybe really good compost production. Would that make sense? I guess... I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, look at this. It's working. We are producing some fish. We have the meat. This is great. Let's also cut this thing off, just in case. We don't want to overproduce it. So with that done, can we maybe delete this and tell this thing it's okay to be sent over there? How many centimeters do we have? 88. So we used up half of our Santaray storage. That's not good. That is not very good. So if we turn this like this, we could cut this. Let's cut this. Let's get one cycle running. Let's start with this. Yes. Let's have one cycle running. And we will hope that yeah, these things will start producing the fish. Santa Race has got the meat, got meat, got meat, got meat. Okay, so something there is happening. Maybe. No, we need a lot of meat in order to have this going. However, we don't have to use Santa Race here, right? Right, we don't have to do this. Let's produce meat from Factorian fish. Like this, yep. Okay, we figured it out. Fish. We have a lot of Factorian fish. We'll basically be just producing lots of meat from Factorian fish. And then And then this whole process should start sustaining itself, you know, normally, right? So we'll have priority somewhere to the left. We also have priority to the left. We want this process to basically, we want this process to first power like itself, at least temporarily, when we are starting it up, and then later on we can, like, you know, have it adjusted. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are running already. This has the meat. This has meat. We have lots of meat. So now it's just a matter of getting Santa Rays over there. And once we get them there, yeah, things will be great. So we started up the fish production. We are getting worker robot speed. Do we have this, the research center? Here it is. How much stuff do we have? We have 25 already. So in theory, we don't need to wait for this research. We could finish worker speed, and once that's done, we could switch to PUFFER refugium. I'd like to get the PUFFER tag up. Right, are we doing anything with puffers here? I don't think we can do anything, at least. We can't do anything yet. Let's see, what are we getting here? We are getting a couple of processes, and they are done in this one, Power Refugium. Let's just build it. No? Oh, we don't have this stuff. Right, let's take a look. What is this thing? It's hatchery. What is this one? Butchery. And okay, we have Power Refugium. Let's start producing this. Why not? Why wouldn't we do that? And now with PUFFER refugiums, let's get back to this process and see exactly what we are supposed to do. So we are supposed to have this PUFFER refugium. We're supposed to have nutrient extractor. Right, we need to have this part running. Okay, good. Let's set this up. Let's set this thing up. Maybe right here. So we'll have nutrient extractor getting requester chest, getting the beans. We'll have an inserter. We'll get nutrient pulp and we'll have to send it somewhere. Let's say like somewhere down there. Next, and this will be used by PUFFER refugiums. Good. What else do we need? We need, wow, we need a lot of advanced chemical plants for that. Produce artificial buffer atmosphere. Okay, but that's for like 160. We are not gonna have this many. Let's say we'll just have like one or something. One of this. We need... Okay, what do we need? We need oxygen for that. Right, let's see. We could actually like build 3 or something. 3 sounds like a good... or 2, you know, we could build 2. With the idea that if needed, we'll extend it. So we have 3 things that are required for this process. We need to have oxygen, that should be straightforward to get. We need this thing is sulfur dioxide. Let's just build all of them. So this is our sulfur dioxide right here. This is our oxygen. We need to request some sulfur. We'll be requesting it here, and here we are requesting the beans. Beans. Yeah, there. 500. Sure, why not? 500 beans. Here we are requesting sulfur. Sulfur should be right here. Sulfur. Okay, 200. Whatever. Western sulfur. We need to produce oxygen using chemical plant. We can do that. We can flare the excess, like we can flare basically that stuff. This will be our oxygen. And we are missing something. We are missing air filter. Is it? No, not here. It is here. And we are using the fastest air filter, this one. Now, with all of that done, what? It's a bit tricky to actually place power poles here. Okay, here are the power poles. And I probably want to have like a rubber pole or something right there. Good. So we have this one built. Kinda built, but we'll need to scale it a little bit. And we are... Wait, we didn't build this thing. So this is the part that's missing. We need to have production of hydrogen fluoride gas, and we'll be relying on hydrofluoric acid. If we go here, do we import hydrofluoric acid? Or not? I don't see it. I don't see it here. So what we could do, we could ask for hydrofluoric acid. Let's ask. Hydrofluoric. Which one is that? Hydrochloric? Wait, what do we need? Hydrofluoric. Let's double check that that's indeed what we want. So we want to get hydrofluoric acid. Let's do this. And can we... Okay, I guess I'll do something like... Let's do it like this. Yeah, we are asking for 20 stacks. Good. So we'll get a little bit of those. We'll put it in a box, like into the network, and we will deliver it here using bots, of course. We'll do this one, yes, or something. This is getting oxygen. So now we should be getting lots of oxygen. Okay, look at that. We have the stuff running, we only need hydrogen fluoride gas, and this one is produced right from here. So we can get this thing built, let's say, here. And we'll need a barrel and pump. We'll be taking this from the barrel and pump right there, like this. Okay, and now we need a requester chest and we need a provider chest. Requester chest. Well, I would even say we need active provider here. Where are they? Provider. This is provider. Nice. And we are asking to give us a little bit of this stuff. Well, I wouldn't go for 300, but maybe 100 should be good enough. Let's get back here. We want a filter for hydrofluoric thingy, this one. Oh, it's already available. That's great. Okay, nice. This is great. It should get delivered here. Right now nothing is flying here yet. It will be, and we have a tiny problem here. We need to clarify this thing. Let's see the clarifier. I mean, ideally I would prefer to have it like somewhere up there, but yeah. I guess that's what we have to do. Clarifier is right here. Okay, great. So, with that, I believe we should have the atmosphere for the puffers. And let's try to actually build... Let's try to build this thing, or like to place it somewhere. If you place it here, what is the output? Acid gas. I hope we can avoid it. Right, and the inputs? What are they? On the left we have nutrient pulp, on the right we have this thingy. Okay, let's do this. So, on the... Let's make it like this. Okay, like that. I probably want to have connections done on this side. Or not? I mean, not really. I don't really want to do that, but it's okay. We'll do it like this. And we will have nutrient pulp delivered from here. So this is our nutrient pulp, and this is the connection for nutrient pulp. And all the output here, so the input, it needs bins, and we'll need to remove like flare pretty much this stuff. Let's just bring it like here somewhere, and we'll flare it. Or we'll try to flare. We should be able to flare the acid gas, right? I would expect us to be able to do that, because it's yeah, it's just like normal stuff, normal gas. So we have this and this and this. We have all of that. We so how does it work? It wants bins, so we want to have bins here, and we want to have puffers here. And what will be happening is that interesting. So they're like, we will be producing lots of eggs basically. Can we do it with logistic bots? I want to try and do it with the bots somehow. So let's say let's do it like this. This is the input, requester chest. This is the output, provider chest. We are placing things here. We are taking things from there. I think it should just work. And the problem is that it kind of recycles the puffers. Okay, it's kind of recycles the puffers, so maybe actually we should do it differently. Okay, let's remove this. Let's try to have this done as a buffer chest. And we'll be taking things from it and placing it over there. Like in this one. Let's do this. So this will be asking, okay, we'll be doing, oh, we got, no, don't have recipe yet, but we'll have it, right? We'll have this recipe that we're interested in. So we want to get gaseous puffers, lots of them, and we'll be placing the output right here, and we'll be taking things from here. This will be asking for gaseous puffers. Puffers, actually. I hope we have puffers and not like something else. And we'll be asking for like 1 puffer. Is it getting delivered to us? Do we have puffers? No, we have puffer X. Wait. This is the recycling of the puffers, but how do we get the puffers in the first place? Okay, let's take a look. Like, we have this egg. How do we use it? We are building hatchery and just getting the puffer from it. Let's do this. Let's build hatchery. Where is hatchery? here. It's supposed to be here somewhere. This is hatchery. So let's... Is this hatchery? Oh, look at that. I already thought about all of this. We already had it. Right. So this is the input, and we want to get gases puffer X. We want all of them. We want to hatch all of them. And the output, we don't want to limit it. We just go through all of them. And this part will be asking for puffers, for a little bit of puffers. And we'll also be asking for maybe quite a bit of beans. I mean, we don't need lots of beans because the time here is 60 seconds. Let's say we'll ask for 10 beans here. So we'll have like one excess puffer in here, oh, like one excess here, and however many will be stored in the refrigerator, maybe like 8 or whatever. And we'll ask for some beans right here. 10 beans, just discussed, right? And the beans are provided by our power plants. They're kindly provided by the power here, because we should have... what do we have here? This is bin of run. No, there was a place somewhere. We were definitely exporting beans. Right here. We are doing that. So we do have beans. I'm a bit concerned with the speed of that, but it's okay. If you need more, we can always, kind of scale the thing, like copy paste a couple of times. Should be fine. We could actually do it right now. You know what? Let's do it right now. Let's take this thing and say that, we have this block that has like lots of, it's producing lots of power. Let's just, and it's very close to the mall. Let's just produce the beans right there. The beans are produced here, right? Or not? Yes, they are produced here. So yeah, let's do this. We'll be doing that. Nice. Now, we have buffers already waiting for us. Oh, that's great. This is great. So this thing is producing... Oh, wait. Like that. No limit. We are eating through all our buffers. I think we don't have more. No, we do. 26. We have 26 buffers. Why are they not coming? Maybe we should request from the buffers. This is buffer egg. Oh, we don't have eggs anymore. We just have the buffers and rinsed buffer. What does it do? Let's take a look. This one. It gives us a little bit of gases buffer eggs, but it also gives us the same 5% of everything else. You know what? We'll be using it. We will be using that one as well. Let's take a look. This process is almost ready. Let's copy this thing here and maybe, copy this whole thing a couple more times. Maybe like that. So we'll have like 10 of them or something. And now we don't need these things here. But this process, I feel like, should be working pretty well now. Okay, this part is working. These things, they will be producing the stuff super soon. We need to add something here. We need to like connect, cover all of that by logistic network. We can do it here. We'll also like something there. It's okay. Let's make this part maybe about rinsed puffing. What's the ratio? Right, let's do this with rinsed puffer. Let's say we'll have this one. Oh, not 200, I don't know. Just one. I need to clear this one. So we'll have just one. specializing on like one kind of buffer. What's the ratio here? Wait, how many do we have? Let me see. I think we have only one here, and we have like 20 there. That's kind of the problem though. Okay, we have one everywhere, and we still have this single one. I'm confused. So we got just one, but we need two for the process, don't we? Let's take a look. We need... Yes, we need two, unfortunately. That's super unfortunate. But here, we can actually tell that, okay, we want this process to work. Working? We have more? Okay, we are delivering more. Good. How many do we have? Puffers. We have one rinsed puffer and lots of gaseous puffers. We can actually start up this whole thing. And we will be running this process. Okay, great. Something is happening. Wow, the sounds are funny. Wow, puffers. Great, we got it. It's working. We could even scale this, like, you know, a little bit further. Because we can, right? Let's do this. We can scale it and we will scale it. This will be running. It will be doing stuff what we want. We want to actually do the following. We want to get gaseous buffer X, and we want to get this like rancid buffer X. We want to get rid of them as well. Like not get rid of them, but you know, convert them into buffers. I think. Or maybe we could have two separate processes actually here. Yeah, that might be better. Let's have two separate ones. We will be doing gaseous puffing here, and the other one will be for the rancid one. Rancid buffer egg. Let's copy it. Oh, so it already got delivered. This, and this one is gaseous one. Okay, what's happening? What's getting blown up? Oh no. How did it happen? Everything suddenly broke. I don't get how that happened, but there is a very easy fix for that. We can disconnect everything here, and we can connect things over here by adding transformer and a power pole. And we can even disconnect it initially. So just like that. So we'll have a separate kind of connection for this part in order not to overload our base. It's really strange. It's a bit strange, this whole thing. This is output. We are out of cables. Let's grab some of them, and now we can connect this and resume this process. Okay, let's see. This thing leaves. Oh wait. It needs leaves. You know what? Never mind. It needs leaves. No. Oh, and don't delete it. Let's finish the process. Okay. Not interested. We are not gonna do that. We already have like a perfectly fine process that is getting us exactly what we want. And what we want is like the other X. We actually want to get other X. So the question is, if we keep it running, couldn't we like copy this thing and paste it somewhere? So like this thing could be brought up there. And with this one gone, we should be able to just copy this process, I think. But copy it and scale it a little bit better. Right? Why don't we do this? So we could have one line here, one other line here, and let's say that's enough. So here we could have this kind of connections. All of this is covered by logistics network. No, not all of that. We don't have coverage. I mean, we could just add the thing here and we'll have some coverage. And we do not have the input. We are missing this input. It can be like easily connected. Should we connect it on this side? I don't think so. I don't like this idea. We will connect it. Yeah, on the other side. We'll connect this right here and right here. So that's one connection. And another thing is we need basically this stuff. How can we bring it up there? Let's think. What can we do here? We can do it from the side potentially, like that, right? Let's do it completely kind of, well, not exactly symmetrically, but like in a way that it's copyable. So this thing can be copied totally, and yeah, if for some reason we have not enough of these processes, we could just copy them, just like that, I believe. Is this enough? But let's see, so if we taking the stuff and copying it, placing it down. So that's like 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say we are staying with like 5. Should be fine. So this is our puffer process. We are missing power. Let's get power. This should improve the coverage here a little bit, and yeah, we should have some puffer X being generated. Oh, look at this. So we have acidic and blazing puffer X. Great. And rancid. Rancid, we are not really interested in those, but it's puffer X. We have acidic, corrosive, blazing, and rancid. And this whole process was needed. It's a reminder why we needed it in the first place. We needed this whole thing just in order to get initial puffers here. So we, puffer X. We need corrosive puffer egg in order to get big biter egg. We need acidic puffer egg in order to produce medium biter egg. And we need blazing puffer egg in order to produce small biter egg. And we need those in order to grow biters, for which we do not have technology yet. Which reminds me, I think we are short on pink science. No, we still have pink science. So let's wait. Let's let this run, I guess. Is this actually all working? I'm surprised that our science production is so slow. Okay, and what's about this science? We have lots of science produced. These things are called sample, right? Samples. We have 7.8 thousands, and if you check our gardens, we do have some gardens, not a lot. I hope this garden production is disabled. Yes, it is disabled. Okay, we have lots of breeding happening. Don't like that. Let's copy this thing. And let's just paste it here. And this should improve the situation a tiny bit. I'd like to add some lights. Puffing process. This is this. We have line of lights here. Line of lights here. I'm using this block for like temporary things, temporary builds. We will not need this puffing process, like this specific one, for a while, but at least we should be able to produce lots of eggs from this one. So it's... I'd like to have like lots of eggs, puffer eggs, available in case we ever decide. I think we will be using that in the future, but it's a little bit hard to, tell for sure at this point. I heard that puffers are really good for sulfuric acid, and we'll need lots of sulfuric acid for copper 3. So that's like a potential thing that we might use in the future. Right, let's get back to the meat here. What's happening? We have Santa rays here. We can actually switch the output priority. We can just remove it, basically. We can remove priority here, remove priority here. And this should start up the process. Right? So from now on, we don't need this thing, and we definitely don't need this one. So the question is, why is happening? Oh, seriously? We got some meat over there. I don't like that. Kinda looks like a waste, to be honest, of meat. Can we somehow block the meat here? Let's say we would have this thing placed there. And we could say that meat goes on the right. This should block the meat here. Yeah, I don't want meat here. I want the fish to go here. Okay, in this process, we are getting some Santa rays, I think. No. We produce too much artificial, polluted artificial fish water. And we are not consuming it. We're not consuming it because we do not have the tech for that. You know what? Worker rabbit speed can wait. We really need... what do we need? We need something for... No, not the fish. We needed... what are we researching? We're researching something. We're researching something really important. Where is it? Not this thing. It should be marked somehow, right? And what is this? Puffer refugiums? No. Gardens? Actually? Is this thing? No, we need like algae, for sure. We need this thing. Alright, we were researching puffer process, we finished researching it. Right, got it. And now we need algae farm 4 in order to unblock this whole process from running. This thing is finally placed. We can say that the fish is going to the right, and sorry, not fish, the meat, raw meat is going to the right. I can actually, should I clear this? Mostly it doesn't matter. Since it's already there, let's just have it here. It's okay. It's okay, we basically have lots of meat here that... Right, that will need to be fixed. We're not consuming this thing. And we will consume it and get land spores. Actually, we are consuming it. We are just not processing it here. And this process, what are we actually supposed to have here? Let's take a look. We are supposed to have here. We're supposed to have. I think we're supposed to have this thing. Oh, don't have the recipe. This meat. Maybe meat. This one, right refugium. Yes, I think that's exactly what we want. And we don't have this process, so we need to research it. Yeah, so we need like 2 things. But we should have enough, I think. We should have enough of science. Right, let's double check what is our science. Stack of science, here is the science. We do not have blue science. Because we don't have blue science, it's always short on blue science, and now we don't have it because we don't have we don't have Cretinium. And I actually forgot. Imagine that I forgot to make the things here. Should have done that in the beginning of the episode. I forgot, and now we don't have. Now we do not have the Cretinium here. It's okay. We can actually tell bots that bots will need more stuff here. Might as well landfill everything. It's gonna take a while to landfill that part, but it's okay. Let's double check that we are not having some like proofs. We actually have Cretinium, and we have kind of copper. Wait, what is that? How is that possible? I'm not sure. Do we have broken builds? Do we have broken builds? So we got Cretinium from there. Is it the same problem that we had with Jivalite? We could in theory, let's take a look. We had a problem with Jivalite and we fixed it. The problem, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was related to the connections from the station. So the station is connected to this part with the, to this thing with the green wire. And here we have station connected to the green wire. We are asking for Jivalite. Good. Like, to me this looks correct, but then why we have 26,000 and the red signal is sent over here. That's good. The green one is sent directly over there. The content, the chain content is sent here. And this thing. Why is this connected to that part? Alright, because we need to know what the chain wants. So this part negates the stuff and connects it over there, and then it goes as an input here. If it's greater than 0, then it's sent there. I think this is looking correct, but why did we have a problem with this? Interesting. Very interesting stuff. I'm a bit confused. So we had a problem with like second inactivity. Well, inactivity passed, but we didn't get quite enough Cretinium loaded. Now everything is loaded correctly. We should be keeping an eye on these things. What does... It's not even counted as alert. I don't know. The thing that we had, the chain, is not even counted as an alert. That's not great. That's not great. Okay, let's get back here and double check that everything is working correctly. We are producing meat from here, since the recipe is set. That's great. All of this seems to be working. Well, not really working because we have too much artificial fish water. but we almost finished algae processing. Okay, good. That is good. So we are slowly making sure that this build works. Fortunately, I mean, it should consume lots of these things, and it will be this somewhat processed. We might have to add some temporary chests in here to store alien bacteria, but I'm not sure whether that actually will be needed. And this thing, hydrochloric acid, we do have it already here. That is great. That's great. We'll get lots of algae farms. 4. And we should be able to proceed with the build. And next actually step is Biter Refugium, right? So, right, we're getting it here. And we need... I think we need like this thing. We need to grow the biters. I'm not sure about this layout, by the way. I am honestly not sure whether it will be working or not, but here I think we are supposed to get the meat, right? I think this is supposed to be meat stuff, but not this meat, like the other meat. The meat that we'll be producing here. Do we have proper names for the stations? Okay, these are not proper names. This station should be called alien processed meat. That's too much. I'll just say this will be just meat. And we will, of course, use a meat icon. This one for that. So this is our meat input. And this is our meat output. Is meat? Meat. This is our meat output. Good. These are biters, output biters input. I mean, yeah, we are basically growing biters here. We will copy paste the build over there in the future, but not now. And we could tell robots do something here. It's probably a good idea. Let's double check. Here we have a pretty good okay, that's a bit strange. Oh no. Okay. This is looking better now. Okay, great. And I think we need to add a couple of transformers right here. Let's do it right now. So I want to have this transformer, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'd like to have a couple of these things, and we need to make sure to move it there. We need to make sure there are no connections, because otherwise everything will start like blowing up, and that will be bad. So we want to remove connections here, and let's remove connections from this 4 poles. Okay, great. This is looking good. It's looking really good. We should be able to do something about that really soon. Maybe in the next episode we'll finally have those blocks, just processing blocks finished. Right, so in today's episode we started up production of the fish here, Santa Rays, right? That's our new type of fish. We got a little bit too much polluted shellfish water. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we should be able to deal with that relatively easily. We just need to finish this research. Once the research is finished, it's already at 54%. We should be able to just build these algae farms and everything will be working great. Another thing that we did, we actually set up this like puffing process that is producing and giving us lots and lots of puffer eggs. Like if we look at the eggs, we have a lot of rancid eggs, a lot of blazing eggs, corrosive eggs, and acidic eggs. Well, not a lot, but like, well, 14 is a lot. It should give us, I think, 14 biters, right? Or is it biter queens? What are we getting from this? We should get... oh, we are getting biter eggs, and then from the eggs we will get biter queens, etc, etc. Yeah. But at the very least, like, this remaining process should be a self-sustaining one. We just need to feed it some meat and pulp, and that's what we've been focusing on lately. We are still missing... well, we are not only missing copper, so copper seems to be getting produced. Let's double check. So, do we have things here? We do, and this block doesn't work because we don't have usage for tin. That's expected. So this is our tin production. This is mostly like the primary purpose of this block is tin, not really copper. Copper is like byproduct there. This is our copper production, and it is getting cretinium, which is good. That's good. It needs all the cretinium it can get. It's producing stuff here. Right, both of this are running. Oh, this is not running. This reason. Do we not have enough copper ore? Right, this actually could be happening. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's say we want to fix this part. I really want to do it now before I forget. I would like to upgrade the stuff from fast belts into blue ones, right? From these things into blue ones, and from red splitters into blue ones. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'd like to get this thing and apply it to this part, right? To this part. Probably to this part as well. To this part, definitely. Because we want to have faster, like, I want to send more copper ore down there. So I have a feeling that we're just not getting enough copper ore, and with this change, we should get more than 2 red belts of copper ore. We should actually get 3 belts in total sent down there. I think we are supposed to have this already, so it shouldn't really be a problem for the bots to upgrade this part, and we should be able to see it very, very easily, because once we do that, we should stop seeing like this flow of ore going here. Instead, majority of the ore should be sent to the right, down there. One thing that we should double check, what's happening with our belts. We do have belts. Okay, so it's not a problem of producing belts, it's a problem of just having too many requests for the robots. So that's kind of the issue. But yeah, the change that we did, that we made right now, should improve, in theory, our copper speed, because as you can see, the last 2 furnaces on this side and on this side are not really doing anything, and now that I think about it, we might also be having problems here. Interesting. That is really interesting, but it's easy to fix. This stuff should be fixable relatively easily, just like that. I mean, we don't need the blue ones here. So the problem here is that we are merging this one in here. So we have full line there, but not really full line here. Maybe it wasn't the problem with these belts at all. Maybe it was like really the problem on this side. Okay, let's take a break. Thanks everyone for watching. This was episode 171, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Cheers!